Hello, welcome back to another video diary entry by Connor Murphy Hip Hop. Again, I was not able to make one of these last week because I had a vacation with my family. We went to Lake Tahoe. That was quite fun, I will say. Sorry, I just woke up, you know? Hold on. Let me find where. So last one was 13th, so. Alright. Let's just start talking. I don't know, I've been feeling pretty good recently. You know, one thing I just want to mention that, like, just a random thought is, it's like I do run a lot. I do run just for purely out of enjoyment. But there are some times where, like, I don't run as much as I wanted to, or that I thought I would, or which is fine, cause sometimes I don't get as much miles as I was hoping, and I get annoyed about that. But I forget that it's fine. It is perfectly okay if I don't run the amount I want to each time. My normal amount, the normal amount of miles that I normally run is 4 right now. So usually I run 4 miles. But things can get in the way. I don't know. Maybe some days the run is just harder. That happens. There are some days, some my legs, some part of my leg starts to hurt, and I have to stop. That happens. That's perfectly fine. I it's whatever. I do it for fun. It's not like I have to force myself to do 4 miles every day. In fact, I'm gonna take a break from running today. Not for any reason in particular. I just, there's nothing wrong with having a break, But yeah, let's start talking about the past 2 weeks, shall we? So, July 13th, 2 weeks ago on Monday, me and Cody, I remember this. So, as I mentioned in that video, me and my brother went to San Francisco on Monday. It was really, really fun. I had an amazing time. We were out for a really good chunk of the day. We left around 8:30, I think, and then we got back around, I want to say 3, I think it was. I don't remember. But it was super fun. The first thing we did was we got there's this place in the Ferry Building. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. I don't remember the name of it, but they have really, really good empanadas. Really good. So me and my brother went to there first, and Cody liked his, but he was still full. He was still a little full from breakfast, so I finished his. But yeah, he thought it was really good. We walked around for a while. Dude, we walked a lot on Monday. I think we walked 10 miles. We had to have walked 10 miles or something, because we were just looking for stuff to do, And so we walked around for a while. We discovered that we found this public park that was suspended in the air. It was super cool. So yeah, we went up there. We chilled out for a bit, and while we were up there, we looked for stuff to do. And we eventually went to the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, which was very enjoyable. And it's $30 for a ticket, which is super worth it, by the way, because we were in there for an hour and a half, 2 hours ish. I think you could be in there for 4+ easily. It's so crazy. But yeah, we also went and then right before we left for a late lunch. We had lunch around 2 o'clock, so I guess kind of a late lunch. Yeah, for lunch we had Papa Noodle, which really good food. I'll always love some good Asian food. Always do. And then we went back home, and that was all for that day. Super fun, enjoyable day, totally worth it. July 14th, I helped Eric play test his board game, which was super fun. Because I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but Eric did make a board game. He actually started this back in freshman year, and he's just been working on it a little bit here and there ever since. Yeah, I mean it's a good board game. It's he titled it Battle for Shifting Rock, I think, right? Yeah, that's it. And it's super fun. It's like I'm not gonna go into huge detail, but it's like you have this board, you have this like decently sized board, and then you have a deck of cards, and there are cards that do different things like arenas and units that you use, and you have 4 different armies, and then you have to like put your units in, and it's a super unique game. I like it. It's fun. That was all for July 14th. July 15th. All right, dude. I'm gonna be like, bro. Did I talk about this stuff? I don't remember if I feel like I talked about this. I don't know. It's whatever. Okay. So my desktop finally died on me. Which is insane because I've had that thing for 6 years. It wasn't the greatest computer ever. Definitely not. It couldn't run most games. And it was a hand-me-down from my dad. And he uses a work computer, so definitely not the greatest computer of all time. But hey, it worked, and I had fun with it. So, yeah, it was a good run. It was definitely a good run. 6 years. It was a good run for that thing. But some things don't last forever. So yeah, I definitely, dude. I tried for hours trying to fix that thing. Cause like what happened is I reset it. I tried resetting it, just like I do that every once in a while on that thing, and all of a sudden when I reset it, it pops up this blue box on a black screen that says the boot drive is not there, and I'm like, okay, that sucks. And so I was able to open up this menu using F2, and I was able to. I looked up how to fix this. I spent over 9 hours just running tests on that menu, trying to fix it, but nothing worked. And it really sucked. But yeah, I'm gonna get a new computer today. The monitor is, and here's the thing. It's okay. So my mom helped me get one. We looked online. My mom found one for like a little over 600, which sounds like a lot, but apparently my mom gets this check from the government for like a technology every once in a while. That's like a semi-frequently. That's like $600. So that's like over like $700 or something. So yeah, she says it's fine. So I'm gonna assume it's fine. Because I sometimes feel guilty about expensive gifts. But the monitor is coming on Wednesday, and then the PC, the tower thing, is coming on Friday. And I don't have work this weekend because apparently the magician that was gonna perform this weekend is unable to be there, so no shows. Which having a break from work is nice every once in a while. It's nice for sure. Yeah, that's all. That's all for July 15th. July 16th. This is a long one. All right. This is okay. July 16th. That Thursday was the day me and the Nerds of the Night, which is again my brother Eric and Luke, we all went thrifting, which was super fun. We found the dumbest stuff. I do remember some items that we saw and we bought. I'll share about that in a moment though. Okay, here's the thing. I wrote this. Okay, so I wrote here that I haven't been in the best mood lately. Mostly because I've been feeling very afraid and nervous about college. Um, and okay, here's the thing. The thing about this summer is senior year. Throughout the entirety of senior year, there never really was a point where I could just take a rest for a long period of time. There were like 3-day weekends here and there, and there were days where there were days where I didn't have to go to school here and there, but there was never really there was Christmas break, which is like I think like a week or something, like 2 weeks or something. But like there was the thing is there's never really. There was even though after Christmas break, but it's like, okay, what I'm saying is there was never really a point where it was just a long period of time where I didn't have to worry about anything. And so because of that, my brain couldn't comprehend just relaxing. Right? And so this summer has been a little rough for me in terms of that. But my summer has definitely still been amazing. I've been loving my summer for sure. I've made sure that there's things to do each day, which has definitely made days feel full for sure. But obviously there also needs to be some downtime, in fact, I think at some point this week I'm gonna go to some shopping center, which is a little far from my house, 3.7 miles, but I can just run there and make it in like less than 40 minutes. So, it's whatever. But yeah, I've still had a really fun summer, but it's definitely gotten better now that my brain has like gotten used to oh yeah, I get to relax now. But dude, I don't know what it was about that Thursday on July 16th, but I felt like nothing could stop me, and I felt so happy that day. Now, even before I hung out with nerds, even before the Nerds of the Night hung out, I felt so happy that day. I don't know what it was. And then so then what happened was me, Luke, and Cody went thrifting. Me, Luke, Cody, and Eric went thrifting. We found some interesting and funny stuff. What are some things? So, okay, one thing I saw that we didn't buy was this giant wine glass, which is really funny, but we didn't buy it because, wine glass, we don't need that. A couple things we bought. We bought this Bush Light cowboy hat, which is really funny. I bought a t-shirt. I bought a couple hats. I bought a sun hat, and then I bought this like hat that makes me look like I'm like some guy from the 1920s during like 1910s during like Prohibition was during. Okay, Prohibition was either during 1910s or 20s. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not up to date on that stuff. All right, it's been a minute since I've been a part of Lackadays, right? But yeah, it makes me feel like I'm from that era, which looks super sweet. Yeah, we went to like 3 thrift stores. We did go to Goodwill. We went to 3 thrift stores, which is sweet. What else? And then afterwards, we went back to Luke's house and we watched Corvette Summer. It released in like 1970, late 1970s, I think, is what it was. A great movie, by the way. And then we played some Halo afterwards, which was fun. But yeah, it was overall a really good day. But before hanging out with Luke and Eric, me and my brother, we watched another episode of The Boys. And I was getting close to finishing season 1 of X-Men 97. Dude, I don't know how people can watch a show like The Boys, can watch shows like The Boys all the time. That show is so messed up, dude. It is so messed up. It is rough. That show is rough to watch. But I'm enjoying it. It's a good show. I'm not gonna deny that. It's a good show. But yeah, it is rough sometimes. Yeah, that was all for July 16th. July 17th, on July 17th, I watched all the rest of the current episodes of X-Men '97. They're adding episodes. They're like adding episodes every week right now of season 2. But I caught up with all the episodes at that point of X-Men '97. The show is so good. I am really enjoying the show. It's super fun to watch. That was all for July 17th. A couple of these are a little short. July 18th was a nothing day, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with nothing days. That's fine. July 19th. July 19th, Sunday, was the trip to our vacay spot. Oh yeah, work was good on 17th and 18th. I didn't mention that for some reason, but yeah, work was good. It was fine. And then yeah, so Sunday, July 19th, not yesterday, but like a week before. Sunday was the trip to our vacation spot, which is Lake Tahoe. The drive was very long and tedious, and it was a little annoying at some points, but we got there. I really enjoyed the place we stayed in. It was like it was in this forested area, obviously. It had some really, really good views. It had some really great places that we went to. And on that day, I was thinking again about how it's probably for the best that I'm not in a relationship yet. Because I'm older, I understand to appreciate moments more and to cherish them more. And so, when I eventually get into a relationship, I will truly learn to cherish those moments I have with that person, And yeah. So yeah, I was just feeling that again on that Sunday. And yeah, that was all for that Sunday. July 20th, Monday. Now we're getting into last week. Monday was really just me checking out the place we were staying at, walking around outside. And we went out for lunch and dinner. The views were great. On a Monday, we had dinner at this really, really good Asian restaurant. It was super good food, really good food. I ordered this ramen bowl, which is really good, with tempura on the side. Which tempura is like fried stuff, typically fried shrimp, but yeah. And dude, this is the first time ever that I've seen a restaurant have robots as the waiters, which was super interesting for sure. It was really cool. July 21st, me and Cody had some fun with the billiards table and the foosball table in the place we were staying at. Dude, our place had a hot tub. Our place had an upstairs and downstairs. It had 5 bedrooms. It was crazy. It was insane. But yeah, it was super fun doing that. We also went to see Alex Ramon's magic show, but unfortunately, I was having bad stomach problems that day. I still don't know what it was, but I had to go home, which really sucks. But they said they had a good time, and they had dinner with Alex afterwards, and he apparently has a new wife. Well, okay, here's because he had a girl, but they weren't married, but they were planning on getting married for a long time, but they just never could. But now he has a new girl apparently. So yeah, my dad says it was an interesting talk with Alex Ramon. Yeah. July 22nd, Wednesday. Last Wednesday, my family did some mini golf, which is cool. It's been a long time since we did that. It was really fun, but it kind of just turned into all of us making innuendos, which was interesting. And then afterwards went to this Italian place where I had chicken curry, Thai chicken curry pizza, which was very interesting. Not in a bad way, but it was very interesting. It was alright, I liked it. It was alright, but it was very interesting. And then afterwards, me, my brother, and my dad, we watched that day's episode of X-Men '97, which is really good, by the way. And yeah, that was all for last Wednesday. Thursday was the drive back here. Um, Again, it was a little sucky at times, but it felt great to be back. The best parts of the vacation is getting there, and looking around this place that you're going to, and getting back. Those are the best parts of any vacation, in my opinion. Friday, on Friday, me and my mom tested the route to DVC, and it was very effective. We got there like an hour earlier than anticipated. So yeah, I'm basically ready for 24th, which is going to be my first day of DVC. I'm definitely still nervous. I will admit, I am still nervous. College is gonna be a beast. I'm definitely nervous, but I feel like I can certainly handle it because I had very good habits in high school that I do not intend on giving up. Okay, so just don't forget that. I also set up a retirement account, which sounds absurd because I'm 18, but I can become a millionaire with that when I retire. So hey, I'm chilling, I am chilling like a villain. Yes, sir. And Friday work was rough on Friday, not for me, but the audience, dude. Oh, there's an ant on me. Get off. Yeah, the audience on Friday was so bad. There was like a few. There was like most of the audience was participating, but there was like a few that was not enjoying themselves and clearly like put down the mood, right? And dude, there was this one guy that night who was just a complete ass. He never spoke at all. His girl, I assume his girlfriend. His girlfriend was just speaking for him, and here's the thing, I never saw this guy, cause there's a camera backstage that I can look through, but like it can't see everyone. It can't see. Who knows? It can't see everything, and I never saw this guy, but apparently he never smiled, he never clapped, he just never looked like he enjoyed himself. And he never ate any of the food either, which is absurd because the food is really freaking good. And he never ate any of the food. And when the main course came out, his girl's like, oh, he's vegetarian, and they never said anything about that. So Amir, the chef, who my goat, Amir, my goat, by the way, he's a great guy. Amir had to quickly cook up some pasta for the guy. Still didn't eat it. He didn't eat any dessert. And, during the magic show, he'd never enjoyed himself. He never clapped or anything. And then afterwards they left. He left a 1-star review. Screw you, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, dude, that guy was a dick. Like, excuse my language, but that guy was an ass, bro. Like, I don't know. But then apparently on Sunday, John mentioned that the review got deleted. Which is like, I don't know why. But he said that the review had some foul language in it. So he said so either the review got deleted because Google didn't like the foul language, or the guy himself deleted it. Because John did reply to the message in a professional manner, which is good because the thing about getting bad reviews at your business is if you reply to it in a professional manner, it kind of clears up the review. Because you're showing that the guy's an ass, and you're showing that you yourself as an owner are professional and kind, and polite. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that was all for Friday. Saturday is when I wrote down talking about how my replacement's gonna come soon. I'll actually be able to play much more video games, which is great. I'll be able to play more high requirement video games, which is great. Again, here's the thing here. Video games, here's the thing. A few years ago, back when high school started, I was like completely addicted to video games. Like that was like the only thing I did. But I've branched out, and video games has kind of just become a thing where if I have nothing else to do, I'll do it. Like, video games is the kind of thing where, like, I really enjoy video games, but I will set it aside for the sake of things like school and my other hobbies, right? But it definitely does suck not being able to play video games on my computer for over a week. That definitely does suck. But hey, it's all gonna be worth it when I hop back on. Well, I'm gonna have to re-download everything, which does suck. But you know, it's fine. And yeah, yesterday was a bit of a nothing day. It was just a good day, and working well. Yeah, that's been the past 2 weeks. Again, I've been feeling much better. For sure. Again, I'm probably not gonna go on a run today. Later this week, I'm planning on walking out to a shopping center that's a few miles away from my house. I'll tell my parents about it just so they know. But yeah, spend some cash. Why not? But yeah, that's all I got for now. And I'm gonna head back, and I'm gonna get along my day. Oh, wait. One thing I wanted to mention was I've had this new core workout routine that I've been doing, which has been way better than the app that I've been using for months at this point. It involves exercises that use a pillow, right? And dude, I'll try and display them, but it's gonna be a little hard because you can't really see me. Okay, well maybe I can do this, right? So one of the exercises that I do is I lay on my back, and then I kind of go like this, and then I hold the pillow up here, and then I kick my feet up, and I do 100 reps of that. And then after that, after a little rest, of course, because 100 reps is a lot, I do 50 reps of Russian twists holding the pillow, right? Which is a lot. And then I do 100 reps of laying on my back with my feet up like this, and then I take the pillow off, put it over here, and then I put it back on. And then 100 reps of that. And then I do a minute of passing the pillow in between my legs. So it's like I'm going like this, and I'm passing the pillow in between my legs. A minute of that. And then finally, 50 reps of keeping my legs up like this, and then putting the pillow, and then bringing the pillow up. So yeah. Okay, here's the thing. So from what I've heard, it's better to do fewer harder reps. Because if you do fewer harder reps, you're training strength instead of endurance. But I found this core routine really work on my core, which I'm super happy about. And honestly, at the end of the day, in my opinion, at the end of the day, when it comes to exercise, just enjoy it. You're exercising for the sake of improving yourself. You should enjoy it, And so, for me, when it comes to running, I don't need to run 4 miles every single day, I don't need to do that, I can try and run as much as I want to, And, it's okay if I don't run some days or whatnot, I'm enjoying it. I love running. Some people when I'm running, I don't have when I'm running, I kind of just have a neutral expression, but that's because I'm super focused on running. Cause dude, running for 4 miles is hard, man. Let me tell you, running for 4 miles is hard, man. It's difficult for sure. But I try and do it because I'm trying to. It's just a hobby that I like to do. That's super enjoyable. And I did run. I definitely did make sure to run while I was while I was on vacation with my family. Dude, I went outside at 4:30 on one of the mornings. It is so dark out there. At Lake Tahoe in the morning. Holy cow! It was so dark. I couldn't see a thing. I had to use my phone flashlight. I couldn't see a thing. Cause here, everyone has their porch lights on, and all the street lights are on. But there's none of that. So it's just complete darkness. It's pitch black. And I could see so much stars, dude. The sky is beautiful when there's so much stars. Here, there's only a handful, but I could see so much of them. It was so cool. But okay, that's really all I got for now. This is a bit of a longer one. It's been a while since I've had one over 20 minutes. But that's all I got for now. I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna see y'all later.